by the way you stare into my...
Hey everyone. Okay, so we are about to do a little DIY today. So I picked this painting up from HomeSense and I really love it. It actually came, it's like this 3D, I believe it was made with paper is what it says. Yes, dimensional paper. But you can see this price. It was $179 and with tax and everything came up to $190. So basically it was $200. Now granted, I will say this is worth the price. This is absolutely beautiful. I had the bright idea to try to see if I can make this bad boy myself. And we're gonna do a little DIY project. And if it turns out right, then I'm gonna return and turn this, get my money back. But shout out to whoever made this because this is beautiful. But I can make something just as beautiful. So these are the materials that I'm using. I picked up some rope to create that textured look effect. I also picked up a straight edge ruler from Hobby Lobby. You don't need a ruler. You can use anything with a straight edge would work. A hot glue gun, which I already had, a pencil, and you're gonna need the entire bag of glue sticks for this project. So the first step, you want to take your straight edge. I opted to use the ruler because I was doing a little bit of math, just a little bit. I wanted to try to find the center of this particular board because that was going to be my starting point. But you can kind of start whatever makes sense for you, but that's how I did it. So first I found the center of the board. This canvas board is 24 by 48 inches. And I used the original artwork kind of as like a starting point, but I always had intention to deviate from it, and it was going to look different anyway because simply like the canvas sizes are completely different, right? So I opted to use 1 inch spaces in between each line and just started kind of marking the different lines to create my design. Now, for those who want to kind of recreate this exactly as I'm doing it, it's kind of difficult to explain it in words, but so I just started with a 5-inch line. I just drew a 5-inch line in the center, and then I just started spacing the lines out. It's better if I show you than I can tell you, and you can kind of take it from there. Now, everything was going well until I got to the long edge of the board, because trying to find the center, it was a little bit difficult. So I think I didn't start technically in the center, and then it threw me off because lines were overlapping, and then at some point I just got confused, you guys. Like these lines was giving me a run for my money. I got confused, but I was like, you know what, you see me erasing things, I was like, let's just vibe it out. Like at this point we were just going off of vibes because again, this wasn't exactly like the painting. Okay, so now you see me taking the hot glue gun and just going over the lines with the rope. I'm so glad that I chose rope. I was really going back and forth to try to figure out what was the best material for me to do this. At first I had like wooden sticks, and then I was gonna use like clay or like the caulk rope, but the rope makes it super easy. It's super clean, and almost immediately you could just see like the pattern that it's making. It was really beautiful. I think the hardest part, or the most time-consuming part, is just sketching out the lines in the beginning. But after you have your foundation, gluing this together, at that point just cut on some music, light a candle, and just vibe out. Like this project was very therapeutic, and the design that I created is a little bit more on the difficult side, or like a little bit high difficulty. Like it's not as simple, but it's so worth it. Like the outcome of this was so worth it. So here's a quick intermission to see the progress. I really like the way that this is turning out. Again, it's not meant to be the exact same dupe, but it looks really close. Like it looks really good. I did opt to add glitter to it, so you just see me in here going in with Mod Podge, and then I just fill some of the gaps with glitter, just to give it like a little sparkle. It kind of gives like a white diamond effect and make it really pretty, especially underneath a gallery wall light. Hey y'all, back with the update. So this is where we are after I finished the edges and added glitter. So hear me out. This is what I'm thinking. I like it. It's cool, but I just feel like I could go a little bit harder. I feel like I could go a little bit harder to make this more of like an accurate dupe. So what I decided was, when I did this, I made the gaps 1 inch apart, and that was intentional because that was my ruler and this was a bigger surface and I was trying to make it easier on myself. However, I'm recognizing that if it was half of an inch, it would just look a little bit more filled and the gaps wouldn't be as large. That's why I added the glitter to try to give it like, I don't know if you guys can really see, I'm gonna try to come closer, but I added the glitter to try to really give it like, it really looks like white diamond, like it's really pretty, but just to make it not look so empty. And now I'm kind of like, go harder. Like I kind of want to go back in and fill in the gaps with like an extra strand of rope. This side, I actually went in and filled in the gaps to make it a 1/2 inch. And I love it so much better. Like, and I'm gonna come out a little bit so you guys can see the difference. So this is the original side. It still looks good, but like, do you see how you could just see the shapes? I intentionally space it out wider just because of the circumference, but if we're gonna do a dupe, let's do a dupe, okay? So, and I'm glad I'm doing it and I'm making it my own and making my own design. So you can see, it's just, I don't even have to get up close so you can see the shape. Like it's just a little bit more pronounced and more defined. So it just looks so good. And then the difference, like it's the same, this is very symmetrical, but like this shape, again, it's just more defined than this side. So I really love it. So I'm gonna go back in and do it. I will say though, I love the glitter effect and I'm kind of happy that I did it in this order. It was unintentional, but I think having the wider gaps allowed more space for me to work to actually put the glitter. And then once I shook the glitter out, you know, you could kind of see there's some gaps or whatever, but then I'm gluing the spaces just on top. So you can still see the glitter shine through, but it's kind of like underneath the canvas as opposed to like on top of the canvas. I still could have did the same way, but it just would have been, I feel like it would have been messy trying to like, it would have been a little bit more difficult trying to take a brush and go in between this small of a gap. So if you want to add glitter to your canvas, I would suggest still space it out, and then it's easier to kind of go in because I'm not using a ruler or lines. Like this is my guide. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, the center of these things, to give it that shape. But I wanted to just come here to show y'all the progress. I'm gonna do like a time warp, fast speed, whatever, to finish it. But I really love the way this is coming out. I'm so excited. And there you have it. I think this looks so good, y'all. Going from $200 to just under $40, that is a steal, okay? The most expensive thing here was time. I did this over the course of 2 days. It was not consecutive, obviously, but it does take some time to really glue everything on. But I think this turned out great. The next thing for me is just to figure out how to do the shadow box framing. So if you all have any ideas on how I can complete that in a DIY way, on the low, let me know. But let me know how you think this turned out. I think it looks good, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.